Picture this. A Halloween anthem that's haunted our playlists for generations is about to leap off the page and onto the screen in a whole new animated adventure. But here's where it gets spooky. Miramax is transforming the iconic Monster Mash into a full-fledged movie, and it's got everyone buzzing. Dive in with me as we unpack the details of this graveyard groove-up, from its humble origins to the studio's ambitious plans. Let's start with the scoop. Miramax, the powerhouse behind spine-tingling hits like Netflix's mega-popular series Wednesday and the animated Addams Family flicks at MGM, has secured the rights to adapt the 1962 song Monster Mash. This wasn't just any tune. It's an exclusive deal brokered by Miramax CEO Jonathan Glickman, who teamed up with music giants Reservoir Media and Capizzi Music Co. to make it happen. Now, for those who might not be familiar, Monster Mash is the brainchild of Bobby Boris Pickett, who performed it and co-wrote it with Lenny Capizzi. Billboard has crowned it the biggest Halloween song of all time, and it's no wonder why. Year after year, it climbs the charts during the spooky season, racking up over 500 million streams globally and pulling in around $1 million in royalties annually. Pickett himself once shared that he whipped up the lyrics in less than 2 hours with Capizzi, and they nailed the recording in a single take under the production helm of Gary S. Paxton. Talk about a lightning-fast creation. It's like the song was possessed by creativity. And this is the part most people miss. The lyrics are ripe for cinematic magic. Told from the perspective of a wild, mad scientist, the story unfolds as his monster awakens one fateful night, ditching the slab to bust out a fresh dance move. This mashed potato, a funky dance craze that swept the early 1960s, kind of like a twisty, foot-stomping shuffle, quickly becomes the talk of the town when the scientist hosts a monster bash. Picture the guest list: the Wolfman howling along, Igor lurking in the shadows, the Mummy unwrapping some fun, a vocal crew called the Crypt Kicker 5 belting out tunes, and even Dracula with his son crashing the party. It's a playful parade of paranormal pals that screams family-friendly fright fest. But here's where it gets controversial. Is there really room for another spooky flick in today's crowded box office? Sure, we've seen successes like Sony's Hotel Transylvania animated series, which turned monsters into cuddly cartoon characters, or the Goosebumps movies that brought childhood fears to life with jump scare humor. And don't forget the Addams Family adaptations that embraced the macabre with a wink. Yet some critics might argue that piling more supernatural stories onto the pile could dilute the charm of classics like these. After all, not every Halloween hit translates seamlessly to the screen. Think of the mixed reactions to reboots that try to recapture that nostalgic thrill. Miramax hopes Monster Mash will be the exception, catching fire fast and becoming a seasonal staple for movie lovers everywhere. Reservoir Media, by the way, is an independent, publicly traded music firm that's a who's who of talent. Beyond Monster Mash, they represent legends like Miles Davis with his jazz improvisations, Joni Mitchell's folk poetry, Snoop Dogg's laid-back rap vibes, Hans Zimmer's epic film scores, and a host of others, proving they're masters at curating timeless sounds. Glickman himself is pumped, as he told us, for more than 60 years, nothing has captured the essence of Halloween quite like Monster Mash. We're honored to be entrusted by the Pickett and Capizzi families and to collaborate with Reservoir Media in animating this legendary song into a musical extravaganza for everyone. It's all about honoring the joy and energy of the original while aiming for a graveyard smash that entertains generations. Speaking of audiences, a fresh UCLA study highlights a growing appetite for animation among Gen Z, jumping from 42% last year to nearly 49% this year. It's like young viewers are craving those colorful worlds where anything's possible, even if it's monsters doing the mashed potato. This trend could be the secret sauce for Monster Mash's success. Miramax isn't resting on its laurels. They've got a lineup of recent releases that shows their range. Think Roofman, directed by Derek Cianfrance and starring Channing Tatum, Kirsten Dunst, and Peter Dinklage, a thriller that's been climbing charts. Or the Bridget Jones sequel, Mad About the Boy, which hauled in over $130 million worldwide, proving rom-coms with heart still reel 'em in. They're even brewing a follow-up to The Beekeeper, that $160 million-plus earner with Jason Statham, directed by Timo Tiehanto. On the small screen, Miramax is delivering quality too. They've backed The Gentleman on Netflix, an Emmy and Golden Globe nominee that's just wrapped season 2. Plus, they've scooped up Glickman's panoramic stake in 0 Day, starring Robert De Niro, which dominated Netflix's most-watched list, and the Jenna Ortega-led Wednesday, smashing records for viewing hours in its debut week as an English-language series. Looking ahead, Miramax has some thrilling projects in the pipeline. There's the next Scary Movie installment, slated for summer 2026, and distributed by Paramount Pictures with Marlon, Sean, and Jenna. And Keenan Ivory Wayans at the helm as writers and producers. Expect more outrageous parody laughs. Then, there's Coleman Domingo's directorial debut, Scandalous, featuring Sydney Sweeney and David Johnson, which promises a juicy drama. And don't sleep on the Faculty remake, penned by rising star Drew Hancock, a fresh take on that 1990s high school horror staple. So, as Miramax dusts off this Halloween gem for a new era, it begs the question, will adapting a catchy song into a feature film keep the spirit alive, or is it risking over-commercializing a beloved tradition? Do you believe Monster Mash has what it takes to join the ranks of animated successes, or do you worry it'll flop like some reboots before it? Maybe you see it as a fun family outing, or perhaps you're skeptical about turning a quick-hit tune into a full story. I'd love to hear your take. Agree, disagree, or share your own monster mashup ideas in the comments below.